Oh, hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Haimuno, and welcome back to my Minecraft Survival Let's Play series, episode 40. I was just doing some fishing here in my pond, the amazing pond that I built last episode with all the beautiful, nice tropical fish in it. I really like the retaining wall that's down below here that we built that's holding up the ground. I just really love the way this area turned out. And I can't believe how amazing it is and the way I loved building with the nature blocks in Minecraft, and that got me thinking that I want to do more building like that. I want to do some more nature builds. Like, look at that retaining wall, like the way it just goes into the ground there. Really like the way that turned out. But on today's episode, we're going to be tackling another redstone project out at the industrial district. And then we'll probably end this episode by doing a little bit more building because I kind of got that building bug right now where I want to build some more. But before we get into all that, I want to give a shout out to the artist that made the new channel logo. If you guys haven't noticed, there's a new logo for the channel, and it's an artist named Being Arcady. There's a link to their work in my description on the channel and a description in this video. I think they did a really fantastic job with the artwork. So like go check out their Instagram, go check out their work that I leave linked in there. Show them some love. But anyway, I also want to address, like if you guys aren't subscribed to the channel, consider subscribing. We have fun here. I'm at 149 subscribers at the time of recording this. So if you're not subscribed, consider subscribing. It would really be amazing if you did. So let's get on with the video and let's head over to the industrial district to explain what farm I'm going to be building next. Okay, so we're going to place some building blocks first. 27 by 12. I don't care if I cover up the lights. I'll come back through and maybe add some other frog lights around it to keep it lit up. But I want to go a couple blocks, leave myself some room on this front half for just in case I want to do the like auto crafting side of things. So we need to go 27 by 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, and then 12. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9, 10, 11, 12. Like so. And then just run it down the same side. Make one huge square here. And then connect it back up. Because this is going to be the collection system. Because now we want to go back through in 8 blocks from each side. 6, 7, 8. We want to dig a 1 block deep trench in underneath the block here. Put that block back, and then we place torches because these are going to power the power rails. And then we need to do it from this side of the farm as well. 6, 7, 8. 1 block trench. Because the collection system in this farm is going to be a hopper minecart traveling on powered rails and regular rails. And this, we need to lay this down to activate the powered rails. And then just fill in the platform. And then whenever I've finished filling in the platform, we're going to put the hopper chain and the stopping mechanism and everything for the collection system. So let me fill in the rest of this platform and then we'll get to doing the rest of the collection system. Okay, the platform is all filled in. Now let's continue with the collection system here by 2 blocks deep trench all the way in the front of the platform here. Yes, right here. Let me get out of here by breaking a block there. And then we're going to throw our chest in. And then hoppers. Chain of hoppers. Like so. And then on every other hopper, we're going to place a barrel. And what the barrel's going to do is it's going to be like overflow, because the hopper collection system here with this much bamboo will most likely get overflowed. So we don't want that problem happening of it overflowing. So the barrels are going to be there for a system to slowly collect it and dump it into the chest. Now we need a hopper on top of each barrel. And then we're going to place comparators coming out of this barrel. Yes, out behind the hopper here. Like so, placing the comparators. And then a block behind each comparator. This is going to set up the delay. Like when when we get done with it, I'll show you like a minecart to come, and if it's got items in it and it's dumping it, this redstone little contraption here is going to stop the minecart to let it unload. And then once it's done unloading, it sends the minecart back out to collect more, so that the minecart hoppers aren't going to be like overflowed with tons of bamboo in them. So now that we got that in place, we will throw repeaters on the backs of these, and then a block on top of each comparator. Can I get that? Let's see. Yep. There we go, like this on top of each. There we go. I just had to get the right angle. And boom. 2 more. Okay. And then back here, we're going to throw a redstone torch on each one with a block above it. And there we go. Now we're going to move on to the rail portion. Okay, for the rail system, we're going to place a powered rail on top of each hopper. And then coming out of it, a normal rail. And then we'll do one line at a time. It's going to be powered rails. And see, when we pick up that redstone torch, it fires off the rails, and then it's going to die and then pick back up. And then the last 2 is going to make a turn with normal rails and then come back down with powered rails again until we get here. And then what we need to do is put a block here, and then when the cart hits this, it'll send the cart back down. So there's going to be 1 cart for 2 lanes. That's why there's 6 different systems here. Yeah, 6 different little unloading systems. So let me get the other 5 unloading systems, and we'll send a cart down this bad boy, and I'll throw like a couple items for it to pick up to let you see how it stops. Okay, so you see all of the powered rails are in place. I got my mine carts here, so we're going to place them in here, and they shall take off. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. There we go. And as you see the system, they're all running nice and smooth. And let's throw a couple items out there just to showcase this thing off. All right, this one cart should pick these up. And see how he's stopping to unload? And they'll end up here in this chest here. That's how the farm works. Let me go sleep, and then he'll send back off. Because also, I got to put a stopper on this, because when I go to leave the industrial district, I don't want this thing running. So, yeah, see, now the cart's done. He's back flying, and there's all my blocks back. So that's pretty neat that it's working. It's functioning right. But to put a on and off switch on this thing, I can go with repeaters down here. Yes, that's all I need, because I need the other 2 repeaters for later. And then put a lever here and flick this lever. Now, every one of those carts, when they get back to the hopper side, see 3 are parked, 4's parked. Now these last 2 should park. And there we go. They're parked. So the collection system is now done. So now we're going to get started on the bamboo farm and the flying machine part of the farm. Okay, so now the next portion of the farm is to build the next platform up where the actual bamboo is going to go. And, did not want to go inside that cart. So we need to make a 3-block platform, 1 block above the rail. This platform that I'm building on, there's going to be one on each side. This is going to house the actual flying machine. Now we need to do one down here on this end, 1 block above the rails. And then we're going to go around it 1 block to the outside as well. So we're going to go a whole block around the perimeter of this platform and connect it all the way back around here. Now this one's going to go directly above the hoppers, the hopper mine carts, like so. I just wanted to make sure it was going the right area. And then out to the side to connect back up to the other platform. Need to get that block that I place too fast sometimes. There we go. Now let me fly on top of this platform because I'm using moss to grow my bamboo on. I checked before I did this farm to make sure the bamboo can grow. I have a ton of moss from my moss farm. I have a ton of grass and dirt too. I just think dirt would look horrible. Grass would look better. And I was just sitting there like, you know what? I got a ton of this moss. I need to use it up. And I like the green of the moss anyway, more than I do grass. So now let me finish filling this up with all the moss. And then we'll actually get to building the flying machine with the flying machine stopper on that side. And then to end it, we'll build up walls to house the bamboo and then actually plant the bamboo. And then I'll probably do a time lapse to kind of show it off growing and the flying. And the flying machine's going to have an on and off switch on it as well. But anyway, let me finish filling this in and then we'll continue with the farm. Okay, so I went ahead and I built the flying machines. They're just your standard flying machine. It's got 4 slime blocks and a glass here, 4 slime blocks, glass here, and it's going to be 1 block above the bamboo, so I ain't got to replant it every time. It'll just keep growing on its own. But pretty much the 2 sticky pistons there will continue to fire. In a minute, I'm going to add the observers that make it go, that make the farm go, and then they'll just keep bouncing off each other and make the flying machine go. It's a pretty standard flying machine. And then here is the housing mechanism. When I click this lever and the piston extends, it gets red here and it fires the flying machine. So I can dock the flying machine back here and cut this lever off and the flying machine will stay. And that whenever I leave, and then if I come back and I want it running, I just flick this lever and it'll run. And then on this side, this obsidian block catches the piston. So this is like the other side. And then this repeater's on a 4-tick delay. So it takes a minute and then it sends a signal up and it pushes the piston back out, boom, and sends the flying machine going back this way. And then the flying machine just continues to bounce back and forth through here. It's pretty much how the farm works. If you used a flying machine before, you know how this works. If you haven't used a flying machine, I actually got bits of this farm from a creator called Kmond. I'll link their video in the description of this bamboo farm, and they do a better job kind of explaining how a flying machine works. And like, I understand how it works. You know, the sticky piston will keep carrying the slime here with it, and you know, and keep pushing it through here. And then it's got the obsidian, a block that it can't push, that houses it. Now that we got that portion done, it's time to plant the bamboo and get the sides up in here going. So let me grab all the bamboo out, all the glass out. This extra chest and hopper is so if this ever gets overflowed, you can add another chest to it. But like I said, I'm probably going to most likely turn this farm into an auto crafter down the road. For now, I'm just wanting to get it up and running. Okay, so as you can see, I ran out of some glass here to do the sides. I ended up going with like the smooth stone pillars up the side, the corners, and I was going to finish it off with half slabs after I put the top layer of glass in, but I ran out enough for the top layer, and then this little chunk here, I'll have to go back and grab some more glass. But I've already planted the bamboo here. And here and I've added the observers to the flying machine here. So when I flick that lever, what's going to happen? It's going to send the redstone signal to retract that piston. That's going to send a pulse to that observer there, which is then going to tell the sticky pistons to keep firing one another. And it's going to push the flying machine down. I've tested it off camera before I put the bamboo in, and it works. It goes right down there, and as soon as it docks, it sends a pulse to that observer, which then fires that piston to shove it back this way, and then it'll keep going back and forth until I either flick this lever or the lever on that side, and it houses the machine. And then also I need to flick the lever down here in order to make the mine carts go. So enjoy the time lapse of me letting the bamboo grow. I'm going to speed it up here. I'm going to go super fast mode. Just my POV, let the bamboo grow up real tall and high. And then we'll come back after the time lapse here and fire the fly machine and see how it's running. Okay, so I think it's grown up enough. I mean, obviously it's going to grow way higher than this, and some of the pieces haven't grown in at all, but I just want to show it off real quick and let you guys see how this thing works. First of all, let's activate the mine carts. There they go. And then the flying machine, and let's go to free cam. And see, look at it. Look at it working. It goes and knocks all of the nice bamboo off. And then the obsidian's going to catch it. And it goes back the other way. And see, now you can just let this thing run and it's going to knock little piece by little piece. But there's no need for that. I'm going to cut it off and let it dock back in. And then let the mine carts do its work of picking up all the blocks. All the bamboo, I mean, not all the blocks. Let it do it. See, some of them are housed. And then they fire back off again. So everything is working great. There's still a little bit of bamboo out there. And see how fast it's growing back? I mean, like I said, you can let this thing just keep going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But, I mean, you can just let it, stop it, and let it grow back. And then fire it again and do a harvest. And while I'm AFKing here, actually, I want to see if this is on. Yeah, I got the repeaters on 4 ticks. But when I'm AFKing here, I might just let the machine go back and forth and let it run like that. And just get as much as I can while I'm AFKing. And when I'm not AFKing, of course, cut it off. And because when you leave the chunk, it'll destroy your flying machine, and it'll destroy the mine carts too that are running on their timing mechanism. There's no more on the track there, so I'm going to cut the mine carts off so that they come back and dock back in. And I've already cut the flying machine off. So let's look how much we got in here. I mean, look at that, and it's still coming in. Just that little bit of time, for that little bit of a time lapse, I'm probably going to end up almost 5 full stacks of bamboo. And let's see if it's coming. Yeah, see, look at all that. It's still got to come in through that final hopper there. So I'm going to end up more with that, probably this whole row. And like I said, down the road, we'll do something with some auto crafting to start turning those into planks. But for now, I'm really happy with the way this turned out. I'm going to go grab some glass to finish off that and to finish off the little, I'm not going to put a roof on it. I'm just going to put a little thing over the top line of glass there. I put my beacon to speed. Look how fast I am with that speed beacon on. I'm a fast boy. I got distracted when the speed kicked in. I put it on speed too, so I wouldn't like insta-mine stuff when I was trying to build the farm, but I ended up being out of range for it, so it never came into effect. But let me gather up all my stuff, and I'll come back here off cam and finish putting the little final touches on the top of this machine. And then we're going to move on to the other little project that I have in store to end out this episode. Okay, so we finished up the bamboo farm there at the industrial district. And I got these 2 shulkers here full of materials. As you can see, did some gathering. Even this little light gray concrete here. That was a little work there I did over in the pond. In the lake there. Made me up a bunch of stacks of the light gray concrete. That's because I'm about to build a portion of the wall. See, I laid out this orange wool everywhere as we can fly around. I think I've showed this off before, where the general of census of where the wall is going to go. Well, today I'm not building part of the wall per se, but I'm going to be building like 2 towers, not nearly towers. It's going to be like an entrance gate. I'm going to have 3 entrance gates. I'm going to have a east, west, and north entrance, or let's see, what I'm facing east. So yeah, this would be the east entrance through the gate here, and it'll lead into this forest. So I want to put them here, and the design I have is kind of like a small little chubby tower here, little with an arch, and then another little tower here, and that'll be the gate. So I'm going to build the 2 towers of the gate, like pretty much the front gate, and it's over here. Let's fly around so you can see. Here's the castle, the town, the starter base, the starter force. So way over here is going to be one of the entrance to the kingdom. It's going to be a gate. So I'm going to build the gate, and it's going to be a time lapse. So get ready for the time lapse. Here we go. All right, so the time lapse is over. One of the towers is built. How do you guys like it? Let me know in the comments. I really tried to use a different gradient, like go more with the gradient. Like it starts out dark color blocks here, so I used the different types of deep slate, like cobble deep slate, regular deep slate, and then the stone, well, the deep slate bricks. And then I wanted it to slightly add a little bit of it here, so then it transitions into lighter stone blocks to the point where even at the top, it starts to use the gray concrete that breaks it all up. And then I used walls here to connect the corners. Don't worry about the grass and stuff. I'll end up terraforming over here and adding more grass. And like I'll clear, like as the wall comes in, like now the next part, I want to build another one of these, like so many blocks over, and then an arch is going to connect them. But I'm not going to do that on this episode. I wanted to show kind of like the layout of the tower here, and like I'm trying to use more gradient and go from like dark colors at the bottom to lighter colors towards the top. Maybe it needs to be a tad bit taller, but I ended up liking the way that it came out. All in all, I was really happy with this. Designed it in creative, brung it over here and built it. And like I said, in between episodes, I'll duplicate this tower. I'll build another one over here and then just put a little archway, kind of like we did on the two towers in front of the castle there, a little archway that connects them. And this will be the east gate. And then down the road, I'll put one in the west and then one in that's the south. Put one in the south there. And like, I'm going to come up with a way to mark this as like, this is just kind of the rough build. I want to add in some more details, like some banners. Like I want a banner that maybe has like E on it for the east gate on both of these. Or if there's another way I can kind of write east or signify that this is the east gate, let me know in the comments if you come up with any ideas on how to do something like that. But yeah, that is the towers for the gate. And with that and building the bamboo farm, I say we've come to the end of the episode. That is all the time I have for you today. My name is Haimuno. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not subscribed already. And don't forget to shout out the artist, Being Arcady. Really thank him for the new logo design. And with that being said, it is time to officially end the episode. So hope to see you next time. Goodbye.